that's a big piece.
Yeah. And they were going to leave that for me to deal with. Yeah, you're right.
Now they put it in there. But one of the men, the black dude, did.
He's actually not black.
The one with the greenish yellowish shirt did.
There you go. That's a much better way to describe him. You could say the guy with the beard, right? The large beard. Robert, hey, what's up, buddy? All right, what's up, guys? Sorry about a few minutes late today. Sorry about that. Waking up to huge banging noises. There's a baby pool of concrete in my front yard being removed right now. Fortinet had earnings yesterday, gapping lower. This is why we exit positions prior to earnings. Market actually yesterday with an interesting kind of a doji day, at least on the. Let's check out the. That's the futures. Check out the Qs. I don't know if the Qs had a doji. Not quite. Qs had a down day. Definitely a distribution day. I'd probably call that 2 distribution days in a row. We'll see what happens today. Gap ups usually aren't that great, like, like this day, because they gap up and sell off. Always a little bit skeptical of gaps. I don't mind little gaps, but big gaps like this up to highs, meaning they're probably likely to sell off. Kind of like what stock did that happen yesterday with? I don't remember. Unlock the car. My keys are probably out there somewhere, Bugs. All right, so let's go to our global list. Riot doing good today with a pretty decent overnight session on Bitcoin. A little bit bigger pop than I thought we would get. We actually broke that high. Didn't make a head and shoulders pattern on BTC. We were kind of looking for that. Bitcoin Cash almost a 10% pop. Litecoin almost a 10% pop. So looking at some good moves from crypto. Which puts Riot up here towards the top of our watch lists. What's up, guys? Russ. And Eli, what's up, buddy? Was your clock wrong? I don't know. The time zone change again? Seems to change every couple of days. What do we got here? We have LPLA. There we go. Advisors to the advisors, gapping up out of earnings, out of a looks like a. Not sure if they'd call that a double bottom. Either way, it's gapped up a little bit past the buy point right now. Melicabra, which is never what it's called, but I like calling it that. Also trying to break out of a base right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite a base. Could be considered a 3 weeks type pattern here. I guess that is a 3 weeks type pattern. Yeah, 1%. So that's a 3 weeks type pattern, actually. And that's actually breaking out of a 3 weeks type pattern. And it's about 3%, 3 and a little bit above that buy point from that 3 weeks type pattern. So we'll see if that's able to hold up. Melly been a pretty good stock here. You can see nice breakout or a nice base throughout 2018. Breakout early this year. And possible larger move from there. All right, data. There's Riot. Generac, 2 blockbuster days. I didn't notice this yesterday. And then this morning getting on with another good day. I think we talked about this one. Maybe. But getting very quickly towards highs. In a double bottom pattern, your buy point is right there. And we're a little bit above it, still within a buy zone for Generac. Earnings were yesterday before market. Okay. So 2 great days out of Generac here, putting it into a buy zone. Looks like yesterday closed just beneath it. Today rocketing past it. You see here on the intraday chart. Gapping up past the buy point right there. So Generac looks like it's in a good spot. That dude's a powerhouse. There's literally a baby pool full of concrete in my front yard. And this dude is just sledgehammering a freaking spike all the way through it. That's pretty damn impressive. So there's the bigger guy driving the sledgehammer and 2 smaller guys hauling the stuff away. Tilray, huh? Let's check it out. Looks like it basting. Looks like it's basting. You mean this? Well, it's definitely doing something. The question is, it's turkeying. We're just going to call this turkeying from now on. I think that is the best definition for what this is right here, turkeying. Low-level consolidation, turkeying. That is now the official name for low-level. I'm going to write that down because I'll forget that, but I really like it. Ethan, this thing is turkeying. Cool. See, even he said cool, and he's 8. All right. Okay. Yeah, that could be a thing, I guess. Tesla will be jerking. I kind of agree with that. Looks like Tesla not having too bad. Back up to 248. Really didn't break down yesterday. Let's go back here. A series of high volume days. Actually, yeah. The way this is looking so far, I'm actually not too bad, or not too mad at Tesla. Still have to get over that 250 point though. If we can get back over that, remember 244 is kind of our actual level right there. And we're back above that, so this could just be a spike below. I talked a little bit about that over here. Remember I mentioned you guys about Tesla at 150, way down here. Could be a similar situation to that. We break below 250 is a decent entry point, or a really good entry point, and then maybe it goes back up from there. The Tesla story is not done. Hey, there's now they got the concrete out of the baby pool. So if you guys want a concrete mold for a baby pool, come to my house and you can get it in pieces. All right. I had Tesla interesting here. Break above 250 would be very bullish. This is your gutsy entry point below 250 in my opinion. And there's that big spike again. Kind of fun to watch. Feel sorry for the guys though. I definitely don't have the body composition for that. All right. Huh? You do? You're a big, strong guy?
can probably carry one of them.
Yeah? I don't know, man. That stuff's heavy.
No, I mean that one of the like axes or whatever.
Anik. I don't think this is on our actionable list. I'm thinking of something else. Acacia. I'm thinking of Acacia. That's not doing very good, though. Anik with a good day today. Really good earnings report. LPLA, advisors to the advisors, doing pretty good. We got Riot here. See, interesting, right? The past couple days been down pretty big, but this is really contrary to the Bitcoin chart, at least right here. Venix still in Crypto Power Hour. He doesn't come in a chat often. I don't know if he's still a subscriber. I haven't seen him in a while, though. The problem is sometimes people's handles on YouTube obviously don't match the email addresses and usernames they put in my website. So I have a hard time tracking people. But yeah, he doesn't really show up in the chat much anymore. Let's go through actionable list. AEYE again towards highs. Small position in Zoom. PCTY doing good. We'll check that out. Hexo remaining. Match.com doing okay. CRISPR. Winnebago looking great. And I have 3 million days on the right side of my chart again. There we go. Winnebago looking great. GPK. Good day today. Look at that. Right back up towards highs. See if we can break out of that. EDU. Let me throw an alert right here. All right. Docu bouncing. Oh, that's boot. That's not Docu. There we go. Docu a little green today. The market, little gap up today on the Qs you can see right here. We'll see if that holds. Market, you mentioned the other day that market could use a little bit of a pause. Haven't had one in a little bit, so could be just another small consolidation. Undercutting the 10-day moving average and then maybe moving higher again. Again, NASDAQ in all-time highs. So Micron holding nicely. Have an alert level there. In case it gets going. INSG yesterday backed off significantly from that increase that it had. Doesn't look like it didn't undercut the lows of the day, which is good. So it's just biding time probably until earnings. No, here we go. CRISPR, stars, holding up nice and tight, actually. Nice and tight. Maybe another run out of that similar to this. Usually these don't happen sequentially. This is a little sloppier than this than this base is here. Run up isn't quite as good. Number one and then number two looks like not as tight action throughout the middle part of the base. Netflix not looking too bad. Definitely not breaking out, but not selling off is fairly encouraging. Needs to get above the close of these days here. We've had one close above this. Looks like it needs to get above that level right there and close above that. Maybe for the next leg higher. Fox, Twilio stalling. Hold on a minute, guys. All right, I'm back. Let's see, I missed a couple of comments. Yeah, so let's finish going through the actionable list. Amber still down towards lows. Twilio's, Roku. Nothing on earnings quite yet. Earnings up in a week or so. Yep. Nvidia coming down again. ESNT on earnings selling off here. We had the breakout here. It's been pretty choppy around the breakout. We formed this kind of smaller cup and handle. Little minor breakout from there and a small breakdown on earnings. We'll see if this will just be a one-time event. Looks like they basically met earnings estimates. Acacia Communications failing out of highs there. Skyworks failing out of recent highs. Fortinet coming down significantly on earnings. So gotta wait to see what that's doing. Looks like it's kind of bouncing off of the lows of the day so far from that first 5-minute candle. So we'll see how that behaves, but not much going on there. Yeah, Zoom. I want to look at that position. Oh. What is Zoom? Are we finally getting Zoom technology on computers? Is that what we're doing? Is that what this company does? Oh, it should be ZM. You didn't say that. You said Zoom. So I typed in Zoom. What do you want from me? That's a fake penny stock? Really? Is that what that is? They just went to the wrong symbol? I've seen that happen before. I hate when it happens to me. It's happened to me. It has happened to me before. I've typed in the wrong thing thinking it was something else and bought. Hold on a sec. All right. ZM. Yeah, IPO. Looks like there's an IPO base right here. Very small one, but one nonetheless. And it looks like we're around there. Well, looks like Zoom was, if you look at the, if I put my finger on the keyboard in the right places, this has been around for years, going back to 2010. So, yeah, someone thought about it in 1999. It's been around, apparently. I think I've seen this name in the past. Of course. Oh, that's nice. Washing off my grass, spraying this friend in the face. Very good. Okay, so yeah, Zoom's interesting. Other one you mentioned was BYND. What's this thing? I'm going to go search IBD if I can get to that tab. Beyond Meat. It's Beyond Meat. That's a thing. Ooh, Investors Business Daily is having technical difficulties. Manufactures, markets, and sells plant-based meat products in the U.S. and internationally. I use Google Hangouts. Really, Beyond? Beyond Meat. Interesting. Let's look into this. Beyond Meat, you say. Oh, Hangouts is called Meat now? That's stupid. Why would you rebrand something like Google Hangouts? I'm just getting old, guys. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm getting old. When everyone starts changing names and stuff, and you don't know about it, it's a sign you're getting old. Beyond News from IBD. Here's what Beyond Meat is planning as next stock adds to IPO pop. Let's check it out. Let's pull up the meat article, ladies and gentlemen. All about meat. Ethan, do you like meat? What about meat that's beyond meat? Does that sound no? He's raising his upper lip like, it doesn't sound kind of weird. All right. Beyond its plant-based products look and taste like ground beef and sausage. Interesting. The Beyond Burger was targeting every meat occasion. Substitutes for steak and bacon. Oh, I've used Zoom before. I know what you're talking about. I don't know if that's necessarily a problem. Hangouts being browser-based, I've never had any major issues. Zoom seems... I don't like the user experience with Zoom. Anyway, I want to learn about better meat. Okay. Oh, yeah. Heterogeneous chew versus homogeneous chew. I say that all the time when I'm at restaurants. This is a great homogeneous chew. Absolutely. Hey, Ethan, do you like heterogeneous chewing or homogeneous chewing? Which is your favorite? You don't know? Fair enough. Fair enough. Never heard those terms before in my life. Russ does not like homogeneous chewing. He's not a fan of steak. So we'll get you some ground beef, Russ. Or some ground beyond, as I like to call it now. Between 15,000 to 17,000 grocery stores carry Beyond Burger. Very interesting. Some 12,000 restaurants, including more than 1,100 Carl's Jr.'s. Oh, that's cool. I wonder what their margins are. You think that they'd be pretty high if you're just raising plants and then somehow heterogeneous chewing them into something. That made no sense. That sentence made no sense at all. Yeah, the second they start marketing this thing, it'll be pretty good. What are you talking about, Eli? I'm a great marketer. This would be my tagline for Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat, the best heterogeneous chewing experience. See, what's wrong with that's a great tagline. I was thinking of an email of a video campaign where a guy's like, "Hey, have you tried that heterogeneous chewing experience at Burger King? Yeah, it's really fantastic. Their meat's great. It's Beyond Meat. See, right there, boom, $1 million. $1 million. I have so much fun. Even just by myself sitting on this side of the mic. I'm cringe intensified. Come on, Eli. You know you'd buy it. Oh, there we go. 170% sales gain. That's what I'm talking about. I actually am very intrigued by this story. It's very interesting. Um, uh, if you think about like beef prices are actually through the damn roof. To be honest with you, if they could take the ground beef market up, that would put some pressure on ranchers and actually probably make my steaks cheaper. I haven't bought steaks in a while because they're freaking expensive these days. Would I eat lab grown meat? That's another question. This is basically a vegan meat option from what it sounds like. Lab grown meat, I think I'd let I don't know. I think I'd try it, but I'd probably let someone else play with it for the first couple of years to see if they died. Because I don't know, man. It's interesting because it's the proteins in the, and I guess that's probably what they're working on is getting the proteins correct because it's the proteins in the meat, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in there we don't even know about that that our body assimilates. So I'm not opposed to it by any stretch of the imagination as long as it's safe. Look, if you think about it, if you're in the U.S., almost everything you eat is lab based. I'm just saying, we have so much processed foods out there. All we do is laboratory engineer these foods to last longer than they should. All right, I'm back to reading my article right now. Be a good investor. Know what I'm investing in. 93% of consumers at Kroger who bought Beyond Burgers during the first half of last year also purchased animal protein during the same period. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to beta test lab grown meat. Absolutely. Look, I wouldn't mind feeding it to like dogs for a while and stuff, but I wouldn't. They bought to compare. Well, I'll be honest with you. If I see them, I think I'll buy them and try them out. Yeah, it's just plant-based meat with spices and stuff. I don't really. That's not too bad. I don't eat a lot of plants anyway, so probably be a good way for me to get some plants in my diet. Triple-digit sales gains. That's what we're looking for there, guys. Okay, Target, Walmart. Del Taco. I like Del Taco. It relies on a handful of distributors, which the loss of which could upend its supply chain. United Natural Foods is the company's largest distributor. Limited number of suppliers, which gets pea protein that goes into the products. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm actually doing a barbecue tomorrow for my son's birthday party. I'm doing ribs, and I was thinking about hot dogs. Maybe I'll throw some of these in there. I don't know. I have to see. I haven't bought the food yet, except for the ribs. I bought the ribs. Hi, babe. Yeah, you weren't woken up? They were shaking the house as they were sledgehammering the concrete out.
I heard something. I didn't know what it was, and then I.
Yeah.
They destroyed the pool.
They marked a place where we're going to build our fountain. A nice little circle for us. Yeah.
They destroyed the kiddie pool.
Destroyed it. No,
All right. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Hey, babe, have you heard of Beyond Meat burgers?
no,
It's like veggie burgers,
no, I have not.
but apparently they're exceptional.
Really?
So if you go to Fry's, check them out. It's a new stock Eli's telling us about.
Beyond Meat?
Yeah, it's called Beyond Meat. It's a good name too. Okay. All right, Beyond Meat. Let's add them to our global watch list. Why not? Good sales growth. Apparently they have a good product, so we'll check it out. Yeah, I'll see if Fry's carries them. That's my local version of Kroger here. Okay, so what's going on in the stock world? What was happening? Because we were looking at fake burgers. All right, AEYE. Looks like it's going to break above our trend line. Volume's a little bit light. We had really good volume yesterday. That's a definite pocket pivot. If that's not a pocket pivot, I don't know what is. So I'm kind of liking this here. Again, I think we looked at this and it wasn't the best on the fundamental side. I'm just going to double check. Audio Eye. Oh yeah, digital accessibility technologies through their Ally platform product. Composite ranking of 71. %46 EPS growth. Number 3 in industry group. And it looks like they're trying to go for it here, guys. Fortinet, too risky to play, bounce off the trend line. I did see your question. Sorry, I forgot about it there, Rob. If you want to, man, you can. You got about a 3% risk here to the downside. It could be a decent place to enter. I don't like the failed breakouts. Not my personal cup of tea. I can't say it won't bounce back. I do like the fact it's coming back and with gusto. I mean, even on this first 5-minute candle, there was quite a bit of buying through it. And what do we got? 1 minute left in this candle. Or that candle just closed. Candle just closed. It's risky. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea, Rob. I don't like to buy. I don't like to buy these. It's a little bit like catching a falling knife. Although sometimes these come back really, really nicely. I do have to say that. These can come back pretty quick and pretty nicely. Bounce off the trend line. I see that. They meet or beat? They actually beat earnings, so it may not be as bad as they were able to drop it. If you take it, Rob, I would take a smaller position size and start there. It's hard to. I know there's a trend line here, but it's still just one candle down here. So in terms of a bounce play, I would probably like it to be a little bit closer to the trend line. But see, ideally, you're looking for this to bounce out into new highs. So I would probably wait for it to get back over the breakout point. It has not hit a sell rule, however. It has not hit a sell rule, so I'm not saying that means good for entry. I'm saying if you bought on the buy point and abide by the 8% maximum loss stop rule, which IBD does, they probably would have sold this off before earnings anyways, though. SIVB? Oh, nice. Oh, looks like it's already kind of started to take off from that consolidation this morning, hasn't it? I'm going to put that down for my actionable list. There we go. And Beyond's doing good today. All right, let's go through this global watch list here. Melly with a nice gap. Nice breakaway gap there, potentially. LPLA holding strong. Funko here with an interesting little pattern. It's like a very, very deep cup here. It may not even be valid anymore, to be honest with you. It may not even be a cup. 65% deep cup. No, thank you. So maybe looking at a cup and handle right there potentially. A little awkward though. Ooh, that trip isn't bad. Of course that happens. Looks like it's trying to break through this trend line that I just drew right there. Earnings are coming up as well in about a little less than a week, 5/7. So about 3 days. Looks like it's starting to get going. Volume today is okay, but very good price action. If we break over this little high right here, could act as a little bit of a launch pad to see if volume increases as it gets up here towards 55. 55 is that level for trip. PCTY looks pretty good actually. It tends to be kind of stair-stepping up here. Earnings are today. Looks like it didn't beat on earnings. They're not punishing it though. $99 composite rating for this stock. That's probably why. 207 EPS growth last quarter. 94% past 3 quarters average EPS growth rate. Pre-tax margin 12.2. Only 2 red dots on this one. This one looks awesome. This one looks very good. It's at a buy range by a couple percent. It's up to you guys if you want to take that position. That's looking pretty good though. PCTY. A beautiful cup with kind of a high handle. It's probably a deep cup too. Everything was deep during the bear market. 40%. What are we buying? SIVB? Well, I haven't made any decisions yet, personally. SIVB looks pretty good. I mean, I'd like to see a little bit more firmness underneath it. Buy Tesla. It's still, I guess it's getting up there towards 250. So Tesla right now, hold on guys, I got to blow my nose again. Tesla right now is, it's not great. It's not great, but you're in kind of ballsy buy territory under 250. But it hasn't broken down in the past week since earnings. So that's good. So you could buy Tesla, but again, any hold for me is a longer term hold for Tesla. Hold on. All right. But Tesla could be a good one. I do like Paylocity too. It's a little bit out of a buy range though. It's not too bad. So I would say this is probably a buy. It's got just 1.6 up down volume. B accumulation distribution's good. Its 50-day average volume is actually a little bit low. It's only at 300,000. Should be at 400,000, but it's trading very nicely. Yeah, I would say PCTY. I don't know if it's good for me though. For my style. But this is very good. This looks like it's just going to float up on you and bore you to death and into money. So 92. $110. Didn't feel like doing math. Yeah, see, it's just not worth it for me. But that's good if you're just buying stock. This has a really good look to it. PCTY, good earnings. I mean, come on, 200% EPS growth, very nice. OGRMF not doing too bad. Illumina looks pretty good. Trying to base out of this longer consolidation. We mentioned Illumina a few weeks ago as it was trying to come out of this kind of consolidation right there. It was trying to break out of that. It was looking really good then. It kind of pulled back. Maybe trying to come up to the breakout point again. It's after earnings now. After earnings didn't go lower, probably reverse higher. Illumina is generally a good stock to buy. What's up, Ted? OGRMF, CBM. Oh, what's this guy doing? Way out of lows. Cambrex. That's quite a bit of green. Quite a few pocket pivots there. Earnings were yesterday before market, and today it's ratcheting a little bit higher. There's no base to buy off of here. There's a little shelf of price action. A little bit up, about 2%. That one's potentially buyable as well. Hexo all over the place, yeah. Where's our buddy Hexo? Oh, up here now. Yeah, definitely a little bit all over the place. Too much for my liking. I did bow out of this one the other day. My tiny position in Hexo. But I mean, overall, it's looking okay. Declining volume in this after this little run up here, bouncing off of that prior kind of a breakout point. See that good volume coming in there. It bounced off of that little shelf, little tiny micro shelf right there, and yeah, I think it's probably good for more. I like to buy the. I don't know. It's good. It's good, but it's a little weird too. These marijuana stocks aren't super in vogue right now. They're not falling off, which is good. CGC holding pretty tight. Let's look at MJ. I haven't looked at MJ in a couple of days. Yeah, see, MJ is just kind of floundering. There's no major accumulation. Although it looks like volume's generally declining. So hopefully we can get the next move coming up. Maybe next couple of months. That'd be nice. If we can get this volume to kind of not get this low, but volume to a lower point as we kind of maintain here up around this $35 level. Then hopefully an MJ at least, we can bounce up towards these highs. Now a lot of that is Tilray, keep in mind you. So Tilray is going to have to get going as well. Tilray has really failed to. It's just been flaccid, for lack of a better term, for ever since it had that pop up at 300, which makes sense. I mean, then back down towards 50. So that's a pretty big drop from 300 to 50, which has taken up probably part of the reason why MJ hasn't performed so well. Why you see stocks like CGC holding up at decent levels. Not really broken out yet, but still holding up higher. These are longer term plays as well, I think, many of these. Cron looks like it's come down, but it's still elevated compared. You can see here there's still a general parabolic curve to it. I don't know if I can effectively draw that or something. Yeah, see, it's going to be horrible, so I'm not going to do that. ACB, I think. Hey, there you go, Russ. You and I are thinking about ACB at the same time. Yeah, ACB has a lot of good stuff around it. They say they're the first one to become profitable. There's a couple other, I forget, that's the one that sticks out in my mind the most. Lots of volume here recently. Although I don't like the fact that it hasn't continued going up, so I'm not sure who's distributing that, but it's never very good. So these are basically in a holding pattern. And until they break out of it, they're going to be difficult to trade. NASDAQ up 1% right now. So that's good for the NASDAQ. Maybe we're done going lower. Maybe we're seeing the first of a sequence of good days for the market after about a week of being stagnant. In which case, what are our strong players, I guess? We've already mentioned a few of them. Yeah, they're all basing, Eli. They're all basing. Funko not looking too bad. I don't mind this consolidation here. TripAdvisor. Pretty good out of this longer consolidation. Again, this one has earnings conference call 5.8. This one has earnings coming up. I'd be a little intrigued on this one. I'll put this on my actionable list. I'm half tempted to remove Fortinet from my actionable list. It is getting a little long, so let's go ahead and get rid of it. Let's see which other ones I want to get rid of. AEYE breaking that trend line for the first time, which hasn't done in a while. PCTY. Docu, still kind of trying to form that little base there. I think that's a good little base. Match.com still looking good. Boot still looking okay. Hasn't really run. SE. I guess I still got to keep that up there. Workday, Winnebago looks good. Hack, still kind of going towards highs. C-Trip. Trade Desk. Oh, look at Trade Desk. This one's been doing good. When crypto videos, well, my pool's almost done. I've been a construction worker the past 2 weeks. Honest answer, Jake, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an exact date for you. I like Micron's setup here. I have a feeling if I do a crypto video, I'm going to do like 3 or 4, which I don't know if that's good or bad. At least I'll want to do 3 or 4. I know that. I'll get a creative burst because I haven't had one in a while. GPK doing okay. SIVB. Roku has earnings coming up, if I'm not mistaken. EDU, RNSG, O'Reilly. I'm not seeing any like slap you in the face trades, at least for me, which is kind of it's a bummer. I really like the slap you in the face trades. I'm just not getting them. It's a couple that are definitely intriguing. We've talked about a bunch of good names, but nothing's hitting on all cylinders. So I like my TQQQ position. Yeah, I like that TripAdvisor trade. Let me lay that out. What do we got as a high here? 70 basically. Yeah, Trip's not too bad. Chegg EOG. Generac pulling back after a race to highs there. Hope maybe we'll fill in a cut pattern here on this one. When Jake's comment, when crypto videos, reminds me of like when moon. It's like people just forget to put the little connecting words in there. I saw a thing where some guy was going to be able to interview Vitalik from Ethereum, and he goes, "What questions would you like to ask Vitalik?" And someone says, "When moon." I thought that was awesome. When moon. Oh, I love it. That's so good. That's awesome. Yeah, DocuSign. I really like what DocuSign's doing here. I don't. Their earnings is coming up here. Looks like in about a month. Not a lot of buying here. I like the chart pattern. I don't like the volume signature as much. But yeah, I gotta put a alert here on DocU. Oh, it just happened. Amazon up 3% today. Off of earnings. $7, man. They're just eating stuff. Estimate was 5. They got 7. Yeah. Keep in mind, Amazon's never like beat an earnings report in its life. At least in terms of EPS, from what I understand. And now they're beaten by like 50%. And they're like the second largest company in the world or something like that. Whatever the number is. One Day Prime's kind of been here. It hasn't been here in a good point. All right, Tesla above 250. A lot of volume today on the up and coming. Let's see what Tesla volume or Tesla options are doing. I'd probably have to buy something super deep in the money just to not pay massive amounts of premium. I don't even know what kind of option I would buy. When Tesla Moon, nice, Jake. I don't know. Tesla's a super hard stock to get a beat on, man. It's just huge pain in the ass. Tesla's XRP of stocks. I don't even know what that means. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. And I somehow think you're correct. Tesla is the XRP of stocks. Yeah, I don't even know what that means, but I agree with you. When you look at Tesla, look at XRP, you kind of go, huh? And that's about it. So I do agree. They are basically the same. I should put my money into TQQQ until I can find a better freaking trade. I like the look of Match.com. Earnings 5.8. Yeah, exactly, Eli. I agree. Like I said, I don't know what that means. I guess you just described it there, but I agree. We're getting a TQQ on a gap up day. Well, I don't know if I'd be too worried about it there, Rob. I mean, the TQQQ it's an index fund. You're not buying an individual stock. So look at this little gap up day here. We went on for a nice little run. I'm not saying we're going to do that. Went up 5%, which is 15% for the TQQQ, so that's not bad. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind these little gap days on indexes. They're not, especially after a little pullback like this. I don't like it when you're gapping up like towards highs. This one wasn't quite towards highs, but it's okay. It's not bad. But, you know, the triple Qs for me are longer term positions. But I like the way Match.com's looking. Very nice little tight consolidation here out of this kind of symmetrical triangle type of a base. And actually it looks like it's rallying a little bit here. Volume's a little light. But I do like the general look of Match. See how volume's getting pretty low here? Could be doing another nice little pop here on Match. Coming out of the lows from yesterday. Let's see what Match is going to do. So let me see the weekly chart. See if there's any... Alright, so we got a flat base here. There we go. Still within buy range on the flat base, 1.66%. They do have earnings coming up, which is always destroys lives and worlds. But yeah, Match not bad. I like Match. It's just too close to earnings. Doesn't mean it won't rock, though. We've seen a lot of stocks move up pretty good until earnings. So let's see, Match up to 63. Even just a 63 is pretty bad. Could buy a deep in the money call or something. Oh, they don't have a lot of strike prices, do they? Huh. AEYE still doing good. I still like this TripAdvisor. The TripAdvisor trade's not bad. Get rid of my Fortinet trades. My INSG trade. I had an MMP trade lined up. It looks like, and that never came to pass. Alibaba. Where'd you go, Baba? Did you die on us? Not really. Actually, it's working. This is a working trade. Pocket pivot the other day. Earnings coming up 5:15. So Alibaba looks okay. It's not behaving fantastically, but not sure if it has to. STNG. And I'm going to get going a little bit here, guys. What did I have Sting on here? 7,000% gain in Sting. What? This is not accurate. Oh, target was back up to 60. What was I thinking there? Oh, I think I remember this one. Yeah, this is 1/15/2021. This was a super long play, and that would already be profitable. Oh, yeah. I'd have already doubled my money in that one. When did I line this one up? It was at 80 cents. Now it's at 135. Probably still could get it for 80 cents, though. I think it was just all this volume down here. I got to see if they do reverse splits, though. That was interesting. What's not working today? Let's see what's broken. ANET. Whoa, that's an earnings gap. Wow. That's not good. CTSH, Cognizant. Okay. Not very good. GMed. Coming back, though. Fortinet looks like it's coming back a little bit. Skyworks, Acacia. Casa. VFF. Just can't get started again. Pi. PLNT coming right back. AVGO, MDC, AMED. AMRN is down here too. This is a very interesting setup here. It really hasn't broken down or been able to get started. Looks like nothing's really changed after their earnings either. Eli Lilly took it on the chin. We stopped following it kind of up here, and man, I still don't know what to make of this frickin' volume. I have no idea what to make it. That's the craziest thing in a very large cap stock I've ever seen. And I don't know what to make of it. So weird. Well, we made money in it though. That's all we could say. All right. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. Market's doing good, 105 now. Going higher there. We've seen a lot of stocks that are doing good. Some are trying to, get out of lows like TripAdvisor here, which I think is a pretty good trade. And a lot of stocks consolidating near highs, PCTY breaking into highs. So Match.com near highs. There's a lot of good here. Nothing super great for me. I'll have to figure something out. Winnebago looks pretty good here. Got to wait till that breaks out again. Hack sitting in highs. Constellation Brands, STZs looking looking decent. It's holding up nice and tight here. C-Trip, Take-Two Interactive. Earnings coming up. Trade Desk has been working very well. GPK still looks okay. If it can break out of that, I got a little alert here at 14.05. Oh, nice, Eli. Very nice. SIVB trying to break out of its inverted head and shoulders pattern. Nothing major yet, though. But it still could float you up into profits. So I like the way Micron looks. I mean, there's a lot of decent looking things here. Some of the breakouts aren't as good as you'd like them to be, but it doesn't mean that they won't work out for you. So, all right, guys, I will see you on Monday. Today is Friday, and I'll see you then, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.